Don't fight for customers. Let customers fight for you. What is up, champions? Welcome to another episode of Champion Reads, where we talk about best-selling books and their best principles to help you out with your best life. I am your host, Coach Willie Blake. I am joined by the founder of Champion Circle, Mr. Jon Kovacs Jr. And today we are going back into the book Oversubscribed by Daniel Priestley. And we are doing a short episode today, super rapid fire, because we know that your time is valuable. And because your time's valuable, we're giving you as much value as we can. So like we said at the beginning, don't go after your customers. Let them fight for you. We're going to jump into that topic because the first thing that pops into my mind when I hear that is, have you ever had to wait for a music album to which you pre-order for? Or you go to a hairdresser that has appointments 6 months in advance. Or you're put on the waiting list to be able to go to get an apartment complex that you just absolutely love. There are businesses out there in which are so amazing that we are willing to be on a wait list, willing to put in reservations just so that we get the opportunity to be with them. And I know the first one, the thing that pops into my mind the most is Texas Roadhouse. Texas Roadhouse, my favorite. The roll is amazing. I love the ribs. I love the steak. So good. You got to put in a reservation. And even if you don't have a reservation, you go there and it's like a 60 to 90 minute wait, which is crazy. But people wait that long because it is so good. So how do we do it? How do we make that business? Jon, I'll throw it to you and let's just have a good, quick discussion.
Yeah, you bring up a really good point. First and foremost, the last time I waited outside of a Barnes & Noble to get a book at its grand opening was back in like 2011, whenever the last Harry Potter book came out. I can't remember, book 7, right? And we literally stood out in line for hours outside of a Barnes & Noble for the grand release. And we had already pre-purchased it. We just had to show up to the store and grab our copy and to be there with all the other people. And that was the last time I did that for a major launch. Or, an event like get on the waiting list to be able to seat yourself at a concert or whatever. But you brought up something that's really cool. Those are businesses and releases that are just like a one-time thing. Let's go to the real kings of creating opportunity, which are the ones who repeatedly keep us coming back and have us lining up for them, like the Texas Roadhouses, and those who consistently show up. Like, that's the kind of business that you should strive for, not just having people get in line for a release or a one-time event or whatever, which is a great strategy and success route to truly attracting the clients and making them come to you rather than you begging for them, right? You shouldn't have to fight for your customers. Your customers should be fighting for you, your service, your product. And instead of doing a one-time thing, why not continuously create that consistent reason for them to show up? And we were just talking about this in meetings prior, talking about how we develop an environment where people they're begging to be in the room, to beg to be in the door. And that's a leveraging power as a creator, but also just a tribute to like what a good business does for people. It truly makes people want their thoughts, their products, their services, their anything, right? I've never waited outside a grocery store to like walk in and get that 1 gallon of milk that I can't get anywhere else. Now, crazy times, you never know what can happen and change in the world, but still, like, there's always the excess And then there's the concept of what's the word? I'll wrap up my thought by, I know it's
Sending the
coming
vibe.
from,
Sending the vibe.
the word is scarcity. Scarcity is what creates it. Like if there's only a few certain amount of spots per session, you probably want that 7 o'clock steak, or the rolls or the peanuts that come with Roadhouse. But at the same time too, like if you create too much excess, then you're a grocery store. People can just come and go as they please, and you never know what your income is going to be because it's not a consistent thing. But you can sell out every time if there's a scarcity. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The question, and you get premium pricing. You get to put up there pricing that seems ridiculous to the average person, but it's because of the experience and the skills and the service that you give that makes it to where it's just like, yeah, I'll absolutely pay premium just so I can go to you. 2 years ago, Kizzix, which is a shoe brand, one of their locations was closing. And these are one of the shoes to where you put your foot in and it just slides in, but then it holds it like a shoe. Coolest shoe I've ever been a part of putting my foot in.
You're part of the community.
Yeah, I'm part of the community. They were selling out, and they're closing the location. My wife went to get a few pairs. The line was out the door, around the building, and continued on. Like that's how much impact, service, whatever, their brand, like that's how much it was. And people were willing to wait hours to standing there just to get a pair of their shoes. You get to do that when you are the best of the best. And how do you become the best of the best? You nailed it. One of those things is scarcity. Alex Hormozi has an event coming up, not promoting it, August 16th. But he has an awesome event coming up. I love him. That's why I plugged it in there. Got his two books sitting on my bookshelf. But he's coming out with his third book. And one of the things that he did was in there, he also has something coming that if you're at the live event, you only get one of. I have no clue what it is. And I think he put it in just like, it's more than an NFT, but less than a Bitcoin. And everyone only gets one of them. And just that phrasing is just like, everyone just gets one. That's putting a scarcity on it, saying that you have to be at this event and you have to be live. It's not going to be recording, but you have to be live to get this one single thing. And I'm like, dang, I want to be that event. And I pre-registered for it. With our businesses, what if we put that scarcity in it? And not just scarcity. You got to have scarcity, but the value also has to be there. If you combine those two together, man, what a powerhouse you can be and get oversubscribed.
Yeah, it's more than just be like playing hard to get. If you go back to dating as a analogy or a reference to attracting your customers, right? The whole dating aspect of like, am I flirting enough? Am I creating attraction? Like that's all the initial steps to building the relationship. But when you play hard to get, it's not dangling a carrot. Playing hard to get is playing mind games. You don't have to play mind games. So that attitude of like, oh, well, if I play hard to get, they'll want me more. That's not the case here. The case in which you just shared, which I'm excited for Alex's event coming up. And yeah, I'm definitely going to be there in person because who knows, it could be like a holographic Charizard versus Alex Hormozi in the weight room card. Who knows? Like it's something silly or stupid. Better than an NFT, but not as valuable as Bitcoin. Like that's pretty impressive. And whatever it is, I'm gonna be there. But that is scarcity on a positive mindset, not playing hard to get. Like he's not playing this game of like, you have to be there, otherwise you're not gonna get it. Instead, he's saying you can only get it if you're there. There's a difference in what we just talked about. Like there's a difference in saying you have to be there, otherwise you don't get it. He's saying if you're at the in-person live, we're going to offer something that's cool. Boom, that's it. And there's no explanation further. There's a huge difference in creating that relationship, creating that buzz, creating that excitement and that energy around showing up. And you either get it or you don't. And people are going to always ask for the replay. No one's going to get the replay. They don't do that anymore. Okay. It's important for you to show up, and you don't have to feel on the organizer's perspective to play hard to get. Instead, do what Alex just did. And I loved your example, Willie, because truly what he did was he's giving more value before you even show up. There's so much value hanging on this event that if you don't show up, you're still going to get value. You're still going to get something out of this event. But if you don't be there, you're not going to get as much value as you're seeking. And he promises that. And that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. It's, as we wrap up this awesome quick episode and this awesome book, Oversubscribed, if we could put it into a single sentence that out of this entire book that we take away, what would that be? And if you have it, you can go first.
Yeah, sure.
Right.
I'll jump in. In and say the one sentence that to me truly edifies the meaning of oversubscribed. Again, my thoughts going into the book were completely different, and the outcome is pretty remarkable about what this book has to offer. But my one sentence about oversubscribed is, it's not about the consumer. It's about creating value for the customer. And that in and of itself is how we build thriving businesses where people are lined up out the door to get what we have. And it's all about creating more value for them rather than withholding value from them. That's it.
Ah, beautiful.
That was like 3 sentences, but yeah.
Yeah. No, it was just a comma. It was just a really long sentence.
I'm good at run-ons.
To add on to that for mine and to finish this off, my sentence would be, from what I learned from Oversubscribed, is that give the people the value they want, because that's going to create the business that thrives. And I would add more, but I'm not going to.
Period. So with that, exclamation point. Boom.
Boom. Period. Done. That wraps up this awesome episode of Champion Reads. If you found this inspirational, go ahead and subscribe to our podcast. You can find us on all the major podcasting platforms, as well as go to our website, mychampionscircle.com, where you'll have the link to our podcast, link to our socials, and everything else going in the Champion Circle universe. Till next time, champions, continue to be awesome. Continue to be the champions of your life. And always remember, give, give, give. Give the value, focus on the audience, and you too can become oversubscribed. We'll see you on the next episode of Champion Reads.